Okay. So how long have you guys been your band?
You want to take this one?
Yeah, the band has technically existed for about 5 years, but it hasn't done anything until it was just me and him. We've gone through a couple of members. So just me and him about a year.
So how did you two meet?
Funny story enough.
Oh, jeez.
I go to school over at New England College. I'm a junior, 20 years old. And I had been looking for a band for a long time to just join. I'd been playing guitar for about 5 years, and I really wanted a chance to, try something different. So obviously the logical thing to do was to go on Craigslist because none of the other band websites really directed me to anybody, and they had an ad looking for a lead guitarist. They actually wanted to start Electric and be like, every other pop punk band. And we went with that for a while, and then we lost a member, and we decided that we both loved playing acoustic, so we went with that.
Oh, yeah.
So what kind of genre are you guys?
Mainly, as he just said, acoustic. We pretty much just label ourselves as acoustic pop punk. There's really nothing more.
Yeah.
More towards the pop side, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to label that genre anyway, because, there's just so many random avenues you can do with acoustic music.
Yeah, exactly.
It kind of just fits in the all-one acoustic thing. But, I mean, obviously we were inspired by a lot of pop punk, so, we'd like to think
What
that
was
we fit in.
inspired by to be acoustic pop punk?
The acoustic pop punk?
Yeah.
For you, it's a lot of more indie bands, but for me, especially This Wildlife.
Yeah.
Not that I plan on being grouped. We like to be our own thing, obviously, but they definitely inspired me to see that a two-piece band can actually get somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he turned me on to them. I always listened to a lot of different music. I mean, I grew up listening to, old country music. My first pop-punk album was Blink-182's Enema of the State, which, got me on the Blink-182 pop-punk kick. So ever since then, it's been a lot of wide array of stuff. But I always enjoyed writing pop-punk music for some reason. It was just one of those things that, I just had a knack for it. I tried writing other stuff, I tried playing with my buddies, playing in a metalcore band, and I just didn't have the knack for writing that.
Oh, yeah.
It just didn't work. So, I just went with that, and I think we've had a good mix of, coming up with some good stuff. We mesh well, so.
Yes, we do.
So how did you guys come up with your band name, and who came up with it?
That was actually a past band member who used to be our drummer. He came up with it because we had already been in, 3 or 4 bands previously between the last 10 years since I was in high school, and none of them did anything, so the joke was this time around we'd get somewhere. So that was his idea.
Yeah. It's a nice story, really is.
It's a good story.
Sucks I wasn't part of it, really.
The best we've heard so far.
Yes.
Where has your favorite place been that you performed so far?
The Tin Roof Tavern, it's a place in Manchester, New Hampshire. They're not the Tin Roof Tavern anymore because it's one of those little bars that change owners frequently. But it was a really nice mellow joint there. They had kind of a steampunk vibe going on. It was pretty cool.
Who writes the music?
All of it's written by both of us. Some of it's
Yeah.
just him, some of it's just me, some of it's together.
Yeah.
Where do you get inspiration for your music?
Ooh, a lot of places.
Yeah. he's got country in his background. We both have pop punk, obviously. You, once again, have a lot of indie.
Yes.
I'm mainly pop punk, but some of the classic stuff, I like some of the Eagles, actually.
Yeah.
The Eagles stuff.
We both love the Eagles, so I mean, it comes from a lot of different places. And the thing is, sometimes, too, we'll be writing a song, and we'll kind of, feel something and be like, wow, this really has, a certain vibe, from, a certain band. And it just kind of goes that way,
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes we don't have just one influence. It's a lot of different ones that kind of come into play.
So would you say your themes are more personal based or adventurous? You just want to explore a theme in your songwriting?
That kind of goes song to song, because some of them are meant to be playful. We're trying to be playful and adventurous, and some of them are definitely deep-rooted in thought and hit very hard at home.
Which do you guys like better, the deep root or the adventurous ones?
I'd say, for me, the adventurous, because they're fun.
Yeah. I struggle writing the adventurous ones, kind of, honestly. I like writing, especially in kind of the lyrical styles that, you hear from, the Wonder Years, bands like that have a knack of being able to paint a lot of imagery, and it may be kind of not depressing, but a little more sad in note, but, when you listen to it, you feel something, and that's why people connect with it.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of what I connect with a lot of times, and some of my favorite lyrics have been from those kind of songs. So,
and definitely more on the side of the adventurous for me is a lot more about, it kind of starts out seeming like the going is rough, it's against you, but then you hit the middle of the song and it's more motivational for me.
So where are you guys based? Have you guys like toured out of your state?
Not out of the state so far. He's actually based out of Vermont.
Yeah, I'm a Vermonter actually, but since I go to school in New Hampshire, pretty much the whole year we are, within close contact of each other.
Yeah, so technically if we were to go kind of in the middle here where we are the most often, I'd say people are going to get it if we say Concord, New Hampshire, kind of near the capital. About 20 minutes out either way.
It's probably the best place to place it.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just the sticks.
Is it hard being in college in a band?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, It's one of those things where once you get to a point where like your set list and you're not really working on any new music, I mean, you can just, kind of coast and play your shows. But, when you're trying to, like, sit down, record music, practice new songs, it's hard. I mean, he not only, goes to school, he has a job. I'm in classes all week too. So, it's hard to get together, but we find, time every week to do it. And we talk pretty much all the time every day otherwise about basis and band stuff.
It's a little easier on the fact that we had planned since the beginning of the summer that when classes started for both of us, we would designate a certain day, and that is today. So we pretty much only get Tuesdays every week to do this.
No.
Do you guys have a record?
No. Not at the moment, no.
Nope.
Okay. What kind of advice would you give them?
I would give them, just do it. Go for it.
Just do it.
There's obviously no major method of doing it right, and there's no major method of doing it wrong. You just experiment and have fun with it.
If I could say it, don't try to be like exactly somebody else. Find something that's unique to you and go with it.
How have they gained access to like your music?
On our Facebook is pretty much the hub for everything. We have Instagram, we have Twitter. I think we have Tumblr. Yeah, we have Tumblr.
We do have Tumblr. We just don't have anything really on it.
On our Facebook, we do have a download right now on our Bandcamp for a cover we did, but there's more coming up shortly. We're finishing up the album. Yep.
Okay, how many songs have you guys made?
Made and recorded or just written?
All together.
All together?
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez, probably like
at least maybe 15 to 17.
15 to 17?
I would say so, yeah.
We've recorded 8 or 9, maybe 10.
Which ones are your favorites to play?
To play? Ooh.
That's a good one.
I'd say Secondhand. I don't know if we sent you that one, but Secondhand, just because that song is like as old as the band. That song was before your time. I wrote that years ago. So it's pretty much I can relax, play it out of muscle memory, and just focus on the vocals. Yeah. So that's my favorite to play. It's nice and upbeat.
I enjoy that one too, actually, a lot, because even though it was before my time, it's one of those ones that like it just resembles the band, and we've redone it so many times now that like
it's definitely kind of a different song.
It's become ours anyway.
You put your flavor into it with your mandolin.
Yes. I'm trying to think of one personally for myself. Honestly, I would say of the new ones we wrote, probably Anchors.
Oh yeah, that one.
I enjoy that one a lot. That one I think is a really cool way that we're gonna probably most likely kick off the album, and it's one of those songs that is unique and starts off with a certain pace and then completely changes pace, but at the same time keeps the mood of the song going. It's a really cool one that we didn't think we were honestly gonna write like that. And
that was a spontaneous one.
That one we just ended up at practice one day, like we just sat down and started messing around with a few chords. We wanted to write in a certain key, and then we just went with it, and it just popped out really in like an hour.
What inspired you to be musicians?
I don't really have a description for that, because there's and I didn't remember these, but there's so audio recordings of me making an album when I was like 8, so I don't actually know when it started, but it was when I was very young. I'm not sure about you. I
mean, it started young for me. I mean, my first concert was a Jimmy Buffett concert that my parents dragged me to when I was 2 years old. And then, I mean, ever since then, I remember various times, like, just loving music, always singing along the different songs on the radio. And just eventually it kind of just grew into more and more. And then, when I started getting to, like, my teenage years, that's when I felt like, maybe I want to learn an instrument. And once I got guitar down a little bit, I was like, you know what? It would be kind of cool to actually try and write stuff. So, it kind of just went from there. It was a very natural thing, I think.
What are your rehearsals usually like, and how long are they usually?
Oh, geez.
They can be pretty long, actually.
Obviously, as we already said, they're Tuesdays. I think he usually gets here around 5 or 6.
Yep.
Usually, sometimes earlier, and he doesn't leave till usually 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we buckle down hard when we want to get stuff done.
We don't even take any breaks, do we?
No, not really.
Maybe an occasional 5-minute break. I don't know. It doesn't seem like work when it's something you love.
That is also true. It's a good point.
What's the best thing about being in a band?
I like the challenge of writing music and trying to make it something that we're happy with and that people would like.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I like that. I like it. It's a good way to express yourself.
Yeah.
You get your ideas out there on paper and you listen to them later and you're just astounded at what came out of you.
Yes.
What's the hardest thing about being in a 2-person band?
Filling all the instruments that we need.
Yeah, and trying to make songs sound as full as possible.
Where they're just 2 of us.
You know, because I mean, when you have like a full band, it's a lot easier to add in a bunch of just different things here and there to really make it sound tight. And it's, you know, it's a little bit more of a challenge with 2 people because you have to really get creative.
And you don't want to slap too much in the recordings because you don't want them to expect that when you go play live.
Exactly.
So we try to keep it as natural as possible, even though we've got all these instruments going on. We're going to buckle down and make sure we can play them all live still.
What's your favorite memory with the band so far?
Ooh, the Red Arrow Diner.
Yes.
In Manchester, New Hampshire, and I'm not sure.
You wanna talk about that?
Yeah, let's a little more in detail about it. We decided spontaneously, I think it was a month or 2 ago, something like that, but it just immediately became my favorite memory. At 1 in the morning to go to a diner that's open 24 hours a night, 45 minutes away from my house. So we took that trip, and we got to listen to some of the recordings we were listening to, and everything sounds better at 1 in the morning. Always. Yeah. Everything. Because, I don't know, maybe your mind's at ease and you're not overthinking it.
Yeah, we were kind of just clocked out finally for the night. We were just like, you know, why not? Let's just go.
Went to a diner, sat down at the booth. And
had some good food.
Good food, went home and called it a night. That's the best memory so far.
Guy Fieri went there. You know it's legit.
I sat next to where Adam Sandler sat.
That's right, yes.
Yes, I did.
What's been the most awkward memory?
You know, probably... You know, I don't know. With the band in total, not just us 2. I mean, it was really awkward with Travis leaving.
Yes, that was kind of a weird transition, mainly because we didn't really know what we were going to do, because that was when we were in the stage of wanting to be electric.
And we were just waiting for a bassist or something.
Yeah, I think we were just waiting for a bassist, yeah, and we
auditioned a few, but no, it's a lot easier now that he left. So, but that was probably the most awkward is when he left. It was kind of he wanted to leave, but I didn't want him to leave at first, and then I kind of agreed because he was having a hard time showing up to practices. He had a lot going on.
It's very hard in these smaller towns to find people that really mesh in the same musical sense that you do.
Absolutely.
How many places have you played at so far?
Ooh.
And which one has been the best and the worst?
4, maybe, places? Regardless, the best was obviously the Tin Roof Tavern. The worst was a place called the Sad Cafe. They're not even open anymore. Basically, it's that idea that's been going on lately. It's unfortunate where they make you sell tickets in order to be allowed to play to fans you don't have. I don't know if it's a common thing anywhere else, but it happens a lot here in New Hampshire. And yeah, so you had to sell 10 tickets, so we basically just sold them to our family members. The worst reason about that place sucking is not just the fact that they charge us. They didn't have a very polite sound guy. So... And this was when we were a fuller band, back when we had the other guy. He accidentally put his foot on one of their monitors. Instead of just saying not to do it, he was a little more forceful about saying not to do it, and then cut all our monitors for the entire show, which is really hard to play electrically and loud when you can't hear yourself.
Yeah.
You can't hear your own vocals. You don't really know what you're hitting for notes.
Exactly.
And they also had cockroaches everywhere. That was horrifying. Yeah, they were everywhere. I was sitting at a table, and it was just on my foot.
What's your ultimate goal for the band?
To be able, honestly, to sustain ourselves, to keep ourselves out there, and I would love to just keep making music for as long as I can, as long as people will let me.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, some people can throw all their eggs in the one basket, and, if they want to, that's great. I have no problems with people, wanting to live their lives the way they want, but I'm excited just to be at the point where I can consistently make music and challenge myself. And, even with a sport and rec degree, it'd be cool to see how long we can ride this out and, just enjoy it. And then even if, at some point, you never know what life's going to bring. But at the moment, you just got to enjoy it and enjoy making music and see what we can do with it.
Yep.
So what's your recording process like?
Okay, so basically we have I think, 11 by 10 foot room. Pretty small one that we're working in right now. I put up foamy stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not really good at setting it up, but those were from, what is it, Five Below?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they're like workout knee pads. But regardless, where we actually record is a 6x5. Now, I went to Home Depot and did this. I got PVC, and I got end caps for it, and basically we're hanging blankets from it to try to kill the noise in there. Cause,
It's basically like a home fort, except it's a recording studio.
yeah, it's like a fort. We do have decent recording equipment. We probably have $1,500 of it. We've got a couple of good mics, and
which has really
just
helped a lot.
We just roll, and the Taylor guitar makes
Oh,
it
of course.
nice.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for now, and I'm thinking we made it sound pretty good for a home studio with
I think
almost
so,
no
too.
experience.
What are your before and after show warm-up pull-downs?
Pre-show, let's see.
Pre-show, just panic a whole bunch. That's really it. Usually just panic, maybe throw up a couple of times.
I'm a big sing in the car guy, so especially since I have to drive a little bit, usually I just jam out from everything to anything that is on my iPod.
Absolutely.
That's usually what I do.
Post-show, probably just continue to have an anxiety attack. Honestly, I get wicked bad stage fright, which is funny that I chose this as something I want to do. But no, usually after the show I feel great. It's pretty much when I perform, I don't know if this is the same for you, about a minute into the panic and actually playing and singing, I regain my senses fully, and I'm like, oh, wow, I'm doing it. And then I'm good for the rest of the show.
And then from there, you're kind of just riding adrenaline.
Yeah, then I'm just good.
It's
riding
fun.
adrenaline.
I mean, it's kind of just the way it works, unfortunately, until you get into a routine of it. But, you know, it's one of those things where you learn as you go. But that's why I like to sing in the car. I get myself warmed up and more ready to go.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
if you're confident that you're going to hit those notes right, then you're a lot better.
If you could tour to any place, where would you go?
Ooh.
The UK.
UK would be cool, especially all of
it.
Europe, too.
Oh.
I'd love to play some shows in, like, Switzerland and stuff.
Yes, I agree. I
And
mean,
places
obviously,
like that.
I would like to tour the U.S.
Of course.
We're not jumping to Europe
yeah.
with our...
No, we're just going to go tour Europe first.
Yeah, just straight to Europe. No. That would be my ultimate goal, is to go overseas. I've never been over there at all, so it'd be nice.
Okay, we're going to do some fun questions. If you
Nice.
could be any kind of candy,
A Snickers so I can cure hunger. I was ready. I'm sorry, I was ready.
You were so ready for that. I was still thinking of mine. I'd say Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. It's classic.
Oh, look at you.
It's classic.
Smooth and nutty.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
if you could be any inanimate object, which inanimate object would you be, and why would you be that inanimate object?
Oh, jeez.
I'd be a fireplace.
I would be a lighthouse.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, well, I thought of it, so now it's mine.
I love lighthouses, too.
I could warn seafarers.
I keep people warm.
Why would you be a fireplace?
I get to keep people warm, and they just look so nice in certain houses. I'll just be an electric one otherwise. I'll be the fake
That's a good
one.
thing, is lighthouses stand for, like, ever.
Yeah, they do.
If you had to choose between being a dragon, a unicorn, or a gargoyle, which would you be, and why would you be that?
Oh, if a gargoyle's in play, I would be a gargoyle. First of all, you guard whatever you're on the ledge of.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, you get to be awesome and be stone sometimes and also be movement some other times. So
I'd pick dragon. I think it'd be kind of cool to breathe fire.
yeah.
And just kind of be...
And they can fly.
And fly. I can fly. Actually, some gargoyles can
Yeah,
probably
some
fly, too.
gargoyles can fly.
So we can
they just
both
have
fly.
tiny little weird imp wings.
Yeah.
If a dog became president, how would you pay them, and who would their security guards be?
I'd like to think their security guards are other dogs. Like, that just
Other
wouldn't...
dogs
Yeah.
in suits.
I'd like to think they have, like, the transmitters in, like, the movie Up, where they can actually talk, and then, like, a bunch of
Yes.
bulldogs would just be, like, the guards. I feel like we have
Australian
to go...
cattle dog.
That's a solid one. I'd probably go lab.
The thing is, Australian cattle dogs, they actually get depressed if you're not working them. Like, if you have one and you're not having it, if you don't give it a task to do, they get depressed. So they're really work heavy. They want
That's
to
a good
get
answer.
stuff done.
Actually, I'm changing my answer. I'd go border collie.
Hmm.
I feel like
Yes.
a border collie would make the president.
And how would you pay them?
Oh, how would I pay them?
Scooby snacks.
Scooby snacks. That's right. I'd do that.
If you guys had the any console, PC, Xbox, which would you be?
Nintendo 64. That's
Place-
my childhood right there.
I'd go PlayStation 2. There's some classic games on
Nintendo
PlayStation 2.
64.
That's a good
choice.
I gotta respect that choice.
I'd anger everybody because I'd stop working and randomly reset myself, but it's okay.
I'd be the PlayStation 2.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a classic too.
There's a lot of classic games from there. I mean, you know, some of the first Call of Duty games were mainly for that.
True.
At least a little bit, but, you know, some of the best ones. And just things like that. You know, that's what I grew up with.
Oh, yeah.
If you could be one endangered animal, what would you be?
Are koalas endangered?
I'd be the red panda. I think they're endangered, I believe.
I don't know if they're endangered, but
they're the cute, tiny ones.
Yeah, I'd be a koala bear.
If you could be any animal in Australia, what would you be?
Kangaroo. No doubt.
Crocodile Dundee. That's a knife. This is a knife. I love that guy.
How many movie references have we done this whole time?
Probably a few.
If you could be any color in the world,
Cyan. Still. That's just like the best color, like ultra blue. Like, oh, it's so nice.
I would probably go with the maroon again. I love maroon.
Oh, that's a good like shirt color.
It is though. Maroon shirts are always nice.
if you could be a method of transportation, which one would you be?
You know, I don't know.
I'd be either three things. I'd be a longboard, razor scooter, or a golf cart.
Be a Segway. Segway's mine.
Segways.
Everybody likes Segways.
Okay, if you had to rename a turtle, a squid, and a kangaroo, what would you turn their names to be?
Super springy kicker legs for the kangaroo. Obviously, that'd be my first one.
Okay, so you took. Okay, so we'll both do like one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll take the turtle. I would call turtle. Go Pokemon reference. I'll just call them Squirtles.
Squirtles. Oh Jesus! What was the third one again? Oh, Squid. Creepy crawly. Yeah. Oh.
If you could be any Pokemon, which one would you be?
Dude, I'm gonna take your Squirtle. That's
Damn
always
it.
been my main jam.
Oh.
It's either that or Totodile. Oh. Yes. What would you be?
I don't know. I have no idea. Can I just throw one out there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Magikarp.
Magikarp! Oh, no. One day you'll be a strong one.
Yes.
One day.
I guess you can fish everywhere. See, okay, no, he's just a magic
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Don't worry about it. He's fine.
He's
He's
good.
fine. He's good.
He's good.
If you could be a type of shelter,
Igloo. It astounds me that they keep people warm. That's what I would be.
I'd be a treehouse.
Ooh. There's a lot of tree houses that people like fully live in.
Yeah, I
You
know.
gotta
They're
research that
freaking
stuff.
awesome.
It's awesome.
last one. Okay, if you could be any cartoon character, which cartoon character?
Oh man, that's so tough because
Johnny Bravo. He keeps getting beaten down, but he always stands back up. Faces life head on.
I'm trying to think of like my favorite cartoons growing up and trying to think of which one would that be. I'd be Arthur. I know he came
Seriously?
back. Yeah, I know he came back in popularity because of the memes.
Yeah.
But Arthur was like seriously a great show.
Very moral.
Arthur is a very solid
And a
moral
great,
character.
yeah, great moral compass.
Is there anything else you guys want to say before we close off?
No, we want to thank you back, though.
Yeah,
Definitely
absolutely.
definitely helping us out.
This has been way more than a joy. This has been so much fun. Seriously.
Absolutely.
Not only do we love talking about our own music, but we love just talking about this kind of random stuff that just, you know,
Absolutely.
it's just, you know, we hope that people enjoy our music and, you know, give us a little boost. Let us know what you think and that sort of thing. But no, seriously, we'd definitely be open to another interview. So.
I can't help feeling empty every now and again, but you stomped out my flame like a match in the rain. Tell me I'm nothing and I'll never be anybody worth mentioning, but they all will see.
Thank you so much for watching my interview with This Time Around. I am so sorry for the audio issues. Please go check them out in the links down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay amazing. I love you guys. Bye, guys!